Hello, Bucks fans. Welcome back to Real Bucks Talk. In today's video, we are going to talk about the Buccaneers offense. Yes, the offense. I know over the last couple videos, we've been mainly focusing on the defense this offseason, but I want to get into one of the Buccaneers free agents, and that is at the left guard position, which is Ben Bredeson, and just talk about whether the Buccaneers can bring him back or should they, and kind of give different options for that spot. Left guard for the Bucs has been a tricky one over the last several years. Ever since Ali Marpet retired, they've been trying to replace that position and replace that type of player. Obviously not going to get a standard of Ali Marpet. They tried with Luke Gedeke back in 2022. It didn't work out at guard. Then they've tried, like Nick Leverett. They tried Aaron Stinney, different numerous of amount of guys at that spot. But last year, I thought they found a pretty solid starter, and that was Ben Bredeson. As you see there on the screen at left guard, again, they brought in Ben Bredeson. They brought in Sua Opeta, and they were expected to have competition there between those two, and even Robert Hainsey was supposed to be in the mix, but Ben Bredeson gets the starting job. Suo Peta goes down due to injury, torn ACL, which was unfortunate. But Bredesen came in and stepped up and really played well throughout the year. Again, wasn't perfect, wasn't the best pass blocking left guard, was pretty good in the running game. I thought he's a very good run blocker that fits his strengths. And then, pass blocking, I thought he did just enough in that role. So, obviously he's earned the opportunity to come back. And we'll have to see what type of options they go through. Obviously, free agency, draft could be a part. We also have Elijah Klein coming back. A lot of Bucks fans are excited about his potential and what he could be. He could be in the mix for the starting left guard spot this upcoming season. Ben Bredeson, when looking at him again, he came over from the New York Giants. He was a starter there for a bit. Again, played multiple positions for the Giants. He was left guard, center, right guard. So kind of moved around, but he did get a lot of starts and experience, which was great. And again, coming in at age 26, he's 6'5, 315 pounds. So good size, good strength to his game, and was for the most part pretty consistent. And the main thing is the offensive line stayed relatively healthy. The only guy that went down was you lost Gedeke and Tristan Wirfs for a few games, but mainly the rest of the guys were in there for the most part. So but Ben Bredeson, again, I thought he played pretty well. And when you look at the free agents for the Buccaneers at that position, so you had Bredeson at, he's a free agent again, made 3 million last year. So he could see a raise this offseason. I would expect him to be in probably the 4 to 5 million range for his services. You have Suo Peta, who could come back as well if they want to add depth. Again, coming off of that injury, he could be, in the market for a reasonable contract to get him back. And then Royce Newman, he's another guy that they added. I would expect the Bucks probably give him, another 1 year deal or sign him to a pretty relatively cheap contract for depth. And then with this, looking at the potential free agents at the guard position, Ben Bredeson's name does come up as one of the top guys. So that is really cool to see. Zach Martin, Trey Smith, Brandon Scherf, Mekhi Becton, those guys are going to make big money. Um, do the Bucks look at any of these guys? I mean, Aaron Banks, I think, would be interesting. Again, he's a pretty solid player. Tevin Jenkins is another guy that's young, but hasn't really found his footing yet. But he could be someone, if the Buccaneers wanted to pursue an upgrade, I could see that happening. In the draft, the interior offensive line, there are some names that could be, you know, a target or two, but I just don't know if that's where they're going to go in the draft, especially with the focus on defense. So, with that said, I think bringing back a guy like Ben Bredeson makes a lot of sense. Again, you can sign him to probably a 1 to 2 year deal, probably at around 4 million. I think would be fair for him, fair value for the team. So that is probably the most logical. And when you look at his game, I thought he did a lot of good things. Again, he is a very strong run blocker. I think he does a great job in the running game of moving people, maintaining his ground, and finding ways to create holes for his running backs. Just a really good job of being a power player, being physical at the point of attack. And then in pass protection, I think he is a smart player as far as moving and picking up stunts and things of that nature. I thought he got better at it as the year went along. He is going to give up pressures here and there. Again, he gave up, I think, around 38 pressures on the season, which is quite a few. And obviously, you want to see that go down. But you can see his ability to pick up stunts and do different things there. But at times, he is just going to get pushed over. I mean, that's going to happen, or he's going to get beat. So, yeah, I mean, I still think he is definitely more than average as far as a starting offensive lineman, and he fits in well with the group that the Buccaneers have. When you look at their starting offensive line, Tristan Wirfs is going to continue to get better. Ben Bredeson, and then Graham Barton will improve, and I think a lot of the inconsistencies were along Graham Barton and then also Ben Bredeson. So I think both of those guys have an opportunity to get better. Cody Mock is on the trajectory of being a Pro Bowl player. So that's really cool to see. And then Luke Gedeke is playing outstanding. So if it was me, yes, I think the Buccaneers will probably re-sign Ben Bredeson, have Elijah Klein as competition for him, maybe bring back Sua Opeta just to, amp up the competition and add depth there too. So that is something to look for as we head into this offseason with free agency right around the corner. We'll see if the Buccaneers are interested in bringing Ben Bredeson back. Again, I think it makes a lot of sense from a team aspect. So we'll just have to see how it plays out. But let us know what you guys think. Appreciate all the support. Hit that like button. Comment down below your thoughts on the Buccaneers left guard position. Do you see Ben Bredeson coming back, or would you like them to explore other options to maybe potentially upgrade the position? Let us know. And with that said, until the next one.